guys, welcome back to Dark Souls Remastered. My name is Rob, and picking up right where we left off. Gonna hop down here, gonna unlock the shortcuts in this place, and finish it and get into Anor Londo in this part. One thing when you first walk out here, a big tell that there's gonna be more danger ahead is these burn marks on the ground. That's indicative of the giant that was up there throwing all the fire bombs, and yeah, looks like that guy was one of his victims, and that's what finally made him go hollow. All these corpses. Oh man. Alright, so I'm gonna come over here first. Got this Baronike Knight with a mace. And this dude can drop large Titanite shards and I think pieces of his equipment. I'm pretty sure he can drop a great sword. Sometimes they'll drop a mace, I think. Or the tower shield. And I think they may even have a chance to drop a great axe, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that, though. But I want to say that I've had that happen before. Now looking down at Sin's Fortress, where we've climbed up from already. You come up here and there's a dude in elite knight armor using Ricard's rapier and a longbow. Oh, and he just parried the crap out of me. You sorry son of a gun. Look at that BS. Ooh, drop something. They do drop great axes. I thought they did. Alright, cool. What are the chances of that? Alright. This asshole here. Alright, so you like to parry, huh? Give me my souls back, you little shithead. How do you like being pancaked? I'll do it again. Alright, we get Ricard's rapier from the guy. And you come up here and he was guarding some treasure. Some actual pretty nice treasure too. A divine blessing and a rare ring of sacrifice, I want to say. Yeah. So let's have a read at all that stuff. Where is it at? Ricard's rapier. 8 strength, 20 dex requirement, be scaling in dex. A rapier with intricate decorations, chosen weapon of the infamous undead prince Ricard. Ricard's exploits are told in a monomyth. He was born into royalty, but wandered the lands in a fateful, ill-conceived journey. He became undead and disappeared up north. So, was that knight Ricard? Or was it an elite knight who maybe took Ricard's rapier? I don't know, but it's generally accepted within the Dark Souls community that is Prince Ricard. But why is Prince Ricard wearing elite knight armor? And this weapon doesn't say anything about Astora. I don't know. I'm not convinced that was actually supposed to be Prince Ricard, but whatever. The rare ring of sacrifice. This mystical ring was created in a sacrificial rite of Velka, the goddess of sin. The magenta-shaded ring is especially rare. Its wearer will lose nothing upon death. Trying to lose my voice here. And will be freed from any curse whatsoever, but the ring itself breaks. Yeah, so Ring of Sacrifice doesn't protect you from curse. Rare Ring of Sacrifice does protect you from curse. An item we picked up, the Divine Blessing. Holy water from Goddess Guinevere fully restores HP and undo irregularities. The Goddess of Sunlight, Guinevere, daughter of the great Lord of Sunlight, Gwyn, is cherished by all as the symbol of bounty and fertility. She's a pagan fertility goddess. already. Got that. Now we'll be opening up that shortcut. I'll use that opportunity to go ahead and reinforce the falchion that I got. Not the falchion, the scimitar to +6. And however much higher I can take it, so that I can get Quelaag's Fury Sword. So I like having that weapon on just a casual, normal playthrough. It's very useful in the painted world. Alright. And down we go. Yeah, you better jump down there. Let me be careful not to get knocked off here. Alright, good deal. Let's see, yep. Well, only got him with one of them, that sucks. That sword they're using, they have a rare chance to drop it, and it's actually a really good strength, great sword type weapon like the Claymore is. It just scales really, really good with strength. Okay, get away from you. Alright, awesome.
Well, I'll need it.
What does he talk about?
Those who...
It doesn't say anything else. Okay. Going to modify Scimitar to a +6. I'll go ahead and reinforce it however high it'll go. Just need 3 more. Nice. And let's see. Yeah, now I want to free Big Hat Logan. I have to break it open again. Stupid snake. Anyway. Alright, we use the cage key.
Oh, heavens. Thank you. I'm saved. And I'd love to resume my travels. But I must log a few things first, and I owe you a favor. I will return to Firelink Shrine. Speak with me there, so that I may impart my sorcery. Oh, hello. Don't mind me. Go on ahead. I'll be along later. Whoa, I'll be just fine, young one.
I was thinking he would do like, oh, or something, but he didn't make a sound. I slapped him. Soul of a Hero. Yeah, that's a good one. That's like around 10,000 souls or something. Do you really not flinch? at all? I guess not. Huh, okay. Well, anyway, yeah, he goes back to Firelink Shrine now, where you can buy like a lot of more advanced sorceries and stuff from him. And eventually he'll move on to the Duke's Archives, where he'll sell like some of the best sorceries in the game. Completing his quest is very costly. It costs bukus of souls because all of his sorceries cost a lot. Man, get out of here. Stupid snake. Show you a little trick you can do. Oh. Yeah, that wasn't the trick. If I had not got hung up on the wall, I would have had it. Man. Do I even want those souls back? I kind of do, but at the same time, I'm just like, I'm over it. Rip souls. I don't need them. I'll get plenty from killing the Iron Golem anyway. And that was going to be my next thing, so. Yeah. I was thinking about summoning Black Iron Tarkus, but I'm not worried about him. It's funny, he could probably solo the boss, which he's capable of it, but sometimes his AI gets in the way of him actually killing the Iron Golem. But he's strong enough to beat the Iron Golem by himself if you summon him, so if you're ever having trouble with this boss for any reason, you can just pop a humanity, go human, and summon the NPC to do the boss for you. But Iron Golem really isn't that hard. If you want to summon Black Iron Tarkus in human form, you come over here. And his summon sign is like right over here somewhere. I'm going to see if I can knock the Iron Golem off the bridge. I think that's funny. Alright, he's got the same boss music as the Stray Demon, oddly enough. Of course, if you don't kill the giant that's up there throwing the fire bombs, then the giant will steadily be throwing fire bombs at you in this fight, so you gotta be careful of that. Come here, Golem. Come back this way. Get you to face right here. Right. See if I can stagger you. Oh! Okay. Why are you being annoying, Golem? Why won't you stagger? Can't get him to face the right way for one thing. Man, he is just not staggering for some reason. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's possible for him to throw you off of the arena entirely. Iron Golem, get your ass back over here. Let me see something. Let me do Grass Crest. Yeah, there we go. Well, now he staggers when he's not gonna fall off of the freaking stage. That is so lame. Whatever. Just finish him off. There we go. Easy boss. How many souls does he drop? 40,000. Yeah, not bad at all. Alright, so got the core of an Iron Golem, not the soul. Soul-serving is the core of the Iron Golem, guardian of Sin's fortress and slayer of countless heroes seeking Anor Londo. Originally a bone of an everlasting dragon, used to acquire a huge amount of souls or to create a unique weapon. Alright. Alright, good old Anor Londo. You can always hitch a ride back by talking to that little Batwing demon guy. Man, I always love arriving to this part of the game. It's just so cool. Sentinel guy. He'll leave me alone for now. And here we are at Anor Londo's first bonfire and its fire keeper. I don't think she has a name. Repair my stuff. And I guess I'll level up a bit. That sounds like a good idea, huh? Almost, almost.
Well, you are a rare visitor. Welcome to the lost city of Anor Londo, chosen undead. If you seek Lord Gwyn's old keep, exit here and head straight yonder. If you are the chosen one, a revelation shall visit thee. What follows thereafter depends upon you. What is it? What am I? Well, I am the keeper of the bonfire. If not for me, what beacon would there be in this lost city? A gatekeeper and a guide. That is my calling. The bonfires attended by the keepers are special. They are linked to one another, and their flames never die. Yet never shall the keepers of these flames meet. If you require rest, now is the time. That is, after all, what the bonfire is for. If you require rest, that is...
Yeah, interesting that she would say these bonfires never die, because they can if you kill the firekeeper. Probably wants to leave that part out in case Chosen Undead gets any ideas. She called us a rare visitor. Yeah, there are many Chosen Undead, quote unquote. I theorize there are many of them. But few survive. And in a century, none have survived to link the flame. So they just kind of keep, you know, throwing more and more Chosen Undead at this thing. Get you over here. Separate you two out. There we go. Oh, nice. Two-shot him. Why am I not wearing the wolf ring? Jeez. That would help. There we go. Let's see, this is a regular chest. What's in this one? Some demon titanite. There's actually several pieces of demon titanite laying around in this area of the game. It's basically the developers telling you, hey, you're going to have access to making boss weapons now. Here's some upgrade materials. Go nuts. Have fun with it. Just wondering if that had any kind of special design on it. Looks like it's the same. It looks like, I don't know, leaves or something. Up. Get further away here. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, another 2 sentinels. And around this way is the Duke's Archives, but we can't go there yet. Well, that's not aimed very well. Yeah, there we go. Come on. What's interesting to me is these giants have such varying sizes. Like, these giants are not nearly as big as the giants in Sin's Fortress. So, I guess a giant is anything larger than, like, the, whatever you would call the gods, like Gwen and all those types of characters. Then the giants themselves vary greatly. How big they can actually get. Get a twinkling titanite, a statue of Smo, and another mimic. Unfortunately, I don't think you can pancake the mimics with the Zweihander. Can you? Yeah, you kind of can. Huh. Interesting. Got the crystal halberd in case you have not been upgrading any weapons during your playthrough. The game just kind of giving you something you can beat the boss with. But since it's a crystal weapon, it'll just break rather quickly and you can't repair it. So, there's that. Let's see, I think I've got enough souls now to level up my dex one more time to 22 to where I can use the Silver Knight equipment. Oh, nope, not quite. Let's see here. Let me see here. Do Soul of a Proud Knight. Yeah, that'll get it. Alright, one more point of dex, and that is going to be all the dex I level up for a while. 377. I wonder. Yeah, Zweihander's still a little bit stronger than the other weapons. Okay. Which the Zweihander's going to be really useful in this level anyway because of its ability to just pancake enemies. It's what I used during my first playthrough in this area. I was able to cheese my way basically through most of the game with the Zweihander till I got to Ornstein and Smo, and then it's like, yeah, can't cheese them if you're a new player. So I had to actually get good enough to beat them. Gargoyle here with his stupid tail attacks. Pretty sure you can cut his tail off. Come on. Well, I killed him. Now I know you can cut his tail off. I just died too quick. Whatever, I got a piece of the gargoyle equipment, the gargoyle helm. Let me see here. A lot of newbie players love to wear this thing. I don't really know why. Helm of the Gargoyle, an enchanted creature that guarded the Bell of Awakening in the Belfry, or Belfry, I don't know, of the Undead Church. This bronze helm was for mere appearance's sake, as gargoyle skin is naturally hard. Little in the way of defense can be expected from it. Alright, so if you go forward, you can't actually, like, the bridge is out. So you go around, you come down here, there's another piece of demon titanite laying around. Which kind of makes me think that the blacksmith god, or whatever that used to exist, probably took up his residence in Anor Londo. And when he split off into the multiple titanite demons, it just kind of went everywhere. Anyway, you come up here, and this is how you go up and around from where the bridge is out. Got a new enemy, the Painting Guardians. They drop Painting Guardian swords very quickly while I'm recording. That's interesting. I may end up using the Painting Guardian sword. I don't know, though. It is a really good weapon, especially if you buff it. Let's read the description here. Has bleed buildup, bleed damage, A scaling in dex, 20 dex requirement. Curved sword of Anor Londo painting guards, unique shape with flat tip. The guardians who strike down those who dare threaten the paintings attack in a continuous circular dancing motion, a technique passed down through generations. From Kieran, the Lord's Blade. But the game's not going to tell us anything about her just yet. Let's see, so let me equip the halberd here. Probably be the most efficient. And do heater shield. There we go. I can't stab from behind a shield, but it's still a good combo for doing this area. If you want to, you can shoot these guys with arrows from a distance, and most of the time they'll just, like, run and fall off. But if you stand, like, right here in this spot, a lot of times they'll jump down to their death, but today he decided not to. I want to come over to this chain here. It's hooked up to that chandelier. There's an item on it. Very first time I played, I thought I could drop down to the item. But I couldn't. You have to cut the chandelier down and then go and retrieve that item later, which is actually a great magic weapon. Decent little spell buff. It's decent for, only needing 15 intelligence. Not near about the strongest buff in the game, but it does pretty good. Are you just going to throw like 873 throwing knives at me? There we go. See, that's how you can get them to jump off. That's what I was going for. All right. We got one more over here. The statue of the goddess Guinevere with a couple of silver knights on either side of her. If you don't stop throwing knives, get counter damaged. Stupid. Alright, you can go through this white light. You walk out here and you make the platform lower itself. But first, here we go. Yeah, these guys drop some of the throwing knives they're constantly throwing at you. Alright, so the platform is up there. I have to drop down to it. Basically, this will lead to another divine blessing that you can get. Yeah. Drop down here. And you kind of just drop down here. You don't have to roll or anything, you just walk into it. There will be another painting guardian up here, though. Yep. There we go. He dropped 5 throwing knives. I didn't know they dropped that many at a time. Alright, there's a divine blessing. some interesting stuff carved into this wall, like bread or whatever, and ovens. Kind of makes you think of imagery you'd find around a fertility goddess, I guess. I mean, you kind of typically associate fertility with bounty, with food and, things like that. I guess. I don't know. I'm not a pagan. I guess combination of like, plenty of, we'll say bread to eat, as well as fertility. Like that's makes you think like prosperity, basically. Alrighty. So we can make this platform go down lower. And there's going to be another gargoyle. I just dove right into that. I love the sound of when the halberd connects with an enemy. Die already. There we go. Alright, and once you've killed all the gargoyles, the game will just give you whatever pieces of equipment you haven't gotten from them yet. So in this case, it's the gargoyle's halberd and the gargoyle's shield. Gargoyle's halberd is a pretty good weapon, and it especially works well with a chaos or lightning reinforcement. Because it doesn't have a ton of scaling, so it will never really be the strongest halberd you can get if you maximize your stats, but if you min-max your stats and make this thing chaos, it does a lot of damage. Halberd of the Gargoyle guarding the Bell of Awakening in the Undead Church. Perfectly standard bronze halberd without any special power. Yeah. Bronze shield of the Gargoyle guarding the Bell of Awakening in the Undead Church. The Gargoyle's skin is tough by itself, and perhaps its shield may have been a prop, for it is a rare example of a metal shield that does not reduce physical damage by 100%. Only 85. But it has good fire and lightning defense, so it's got that much going for it. Okay, so before I go forward, I'm actually going to go down this way. And let's see, I've got the Dark Moon Seance ring, so I'm going to go ahead and, let me take this thing down another step and get this bonfire that's down here. And maybe get a little dialogue with Gwendolyn himself. Which I'm not going to try to fight him just yet. Let me see. I'm probably cranking it the wrong way. Watch it go up. Yep, I cranked it the wrong way. I always do. Never fails. What you doing, Rio? Did you come in here and stare at me? And groom yourself. It's a grooming time. My cat's in here that likes to come in the game room a lot of times. He can be the sweetest little animal, but he is a little ass whenever I have company over. Just hisses at everybody. Not that he's going to actually do anything. Alright, got this bonfire lit. Should I kindle it? I'll save my humanity. Got the Ring of the Sun's Firstborn and a statue of Gwyn himself. So let's have a look at this ring here. Ring of the Sun's Firstborn. Boost miracles. Lord Gwyn's firstborn, who inherited the sunlight, once wore this ancient ring. Boosts the strength of miracles. Lord Gwyn's firstborn was a god of war, but its foolishness led to a loss of the annals and rescinding of his deific status. Today, even his name is not known. And then in Dark Souls 3, you have the Nameless King, who is obviously what the game was referring to from the beginning as Gwen's firstborn, who was a god of war, who, had his name erased and everything. His fights with like a spear blade thing, similar to the way Ornstein fights. But it was fun to speculate, who the Gwen's firstborn was, and a lot of people thought it was Solaire. A lot of people still do think it's Solaire, weirdly enough. But nah, it's not Solaire. So anyway, we also have the Dark Moon Seance Ring. And really, the developers, I think, should have put a little message in here. Well, I don't know. This ring is granted to adherents of Gwendolyn, Dark Moon deity, and lastborn of Gwen, Lord of Sunlight, grants additional magic attunement slots. The Dark Sun Gwendolyn is the only remaining deity in Anor Londo. His followers are few, but their tasks are of vital importance. So there's really nothing that tells you where you have to put it on or what it does other than the additional attunement slot. But you put it on in front of that statue, and the statue of Gwen will just straight up disappear. And it stays gone. You don't have to put that ring on every time.
Halt! This is the tomb of the great Lord Gwyn. Tarnished it shall not be by the feet of men. If thou art a true disciple of the Dark Sun, cast aside thine ire. Hear the voice of mine self, Gwendolyn, and kneel before me.
Yeah, so he's like wondering, he assumes that you're a member of the Dark Moon Blades because you have that ring on and you accessed this tomb using that ring instead of, accessing it the other ways you can.
O disciple of the Dark Sun, thou hast journeyed far. Hear my voice. If thou shalt swear by the covenant to become a shadow of Father Gwyn and Sister Guinevere, a blade that shall hunt the foes of our lords, then I shalt protect thee, safeguarding thy person with the power of the Dark Moon.
Yeah, sure, whatever. We'll do it for now. You get the Blue Eye Orb and the Dark Moon Blade Covenant Ring.
Very well. Now thou art a blade of the Dark Moon, hunteth the enemies of the lords by the power of the Dark Sun.
Unfortunately, you can't talk to him and like get more dialogue and stuff. It'd be really cool if you could.
Welcome back, blade of the Dark Moon. If mine power be needst, I shall assist thee. Very well, blade of the Dark Moon. Please state thy wish. Welcome back, blade of the Dark Moon. If mine power...
You have to give him these items called Souvenirs of Reprisal that you can either get by killing a host of a world you invade as a Dark Moon Blade or by farming the Crow Demons in the Painted World. Let's see here. He gave us another ring, the Dark Moon Blade Covenant Ring. Ring granted to those bound by the Dark Moon Blade Covenant. Answer Dark Sun Gwendolyn's summoning. Gwendolyn, all too aware of his repulsive, frail appearance, created the illusion of a sister, Guinevere, who helped him guard over Anor Londo. An unmasking of these deities would be tantamount to blasphemy. So the item description here is kind of telling on Gwendolyn and all the, how Guinevere is nothing but a facade, and, sure, what you see when you defeat Ornstein and Smo, her image, is fake. So the game's straight up telling you that. Let's see, in the Blue Eye Orb, we already have the Black Eye Orb. Let's see, online play item, invade world of player and Book of the Guilty. Subdue player to acquire Souvenir of Reprisal. These mystical orbs are granted to Blades of the Dark Moon, knights who serve the Dark Sun Gwendolyn, so that they may serve the gods in meting out vengeance. And yeah, I mean, basically you go after mainly dark wraiths, or people who have killed an NPC. Like, basically, if there's any sin on your conscience, you've been indicted, things like that. And why would the gods have anything against, those particular people, those characters? Well, because those people, dark wraiths and whatnot, they stand in the way of chosen undeads, plural, using it plurally. They stand in the way of them linking the fire. The gods want the fire linked to prolong the age of fire. Dark wraiths kind of stand in the way of that. So, yeah. Boy, look at all the painting guardians. Another thing that gods don't want is anyone to access these painting. The painting up here. It's got me thinking that these painting guardians must have connections to Gwendolyn. Maybe they themselves are blades of the Dark Moon. Uh-oh. Yeah, they can totally backstab you, too. I'm trying to think of how they all fit together. They fight very similarly to the way that Kieran does, the Lord's Blade. She was basically like Gwen's personal assassin. But maybe she also had some type of link to the Dark Moon Blades as well. Sometimes it's fun to just sit here and ponder the lore of this game. Then as time went on, we know that the Dark Moon Blades basically got replaced by the Way of Blue, the Blue Sentinels. But both covenants exist within Dark Souls 3. Interesting stuff. Anyway, let's see. I picked up a sorcery, great magic weapon. At Vinheim Dragon School, only magic swordsmen on special orders are allowed to learn this spell, which grants powerful augmentation to various weapons. Yeah. I never read the Black Sorcerer set, or whatever it's called. Yeah. Hat worn by the secret sorcerers at Vinheim Dragon School, they secretly work with sound-based spells and never reveal themselves. Yeah. And it would seem that both Griggs of Vinheim and Rickard of Vinheim are wearing this black set. So they must both be kind of espionage type of sorcerers, interestingly enough. Alright, we got a great sword. We got the tower shield, I think it was, or whichever one it was that Tarkus uses. Yeah, the black iron shield. Great shield of the mighty knight Tarkus, built of special black iron and even heavier than Knight Berenike's tower shield, especially resistant to fire attacks and effective for shield bashing. 71 stability and 90 fire defense. That's really cool. Let's see. And then his armor set. I wonder what all it says. Need to organize all this crap. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. Helm of Black Iron Tarkus, a knight known for his great strength. Built of a special black iron and providing strong defense, notably against fire, but so terribly heavy to be unwieldy to all but Tarkus himself. Yeah, basically. Alright, so at this point, I'm not going to go in the painting just yet, but I will go in the painting eventually. Yeah, let me go ahead and crank this bad boy back up here. Now that I've gotten dialogue with Gwendolyn. Alright, so I think this is going to be a decent stopping place. And when I pick it up next time, I'll actually be entering into the Anor Londo Cathedral and facing the archers and the Batwing demons and all that kind of fun stuff. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you soon with more Dark Souls Remastered, and until then, y'all take care.